Let's talk about financial freedom, your financial freedom, and how much different your life would be if you had all the money you need, the income, the savings, money tucked away, maybe a second or third flow. That's what I want to share with you today, how to create financial freedom that won't stop, is indestructible. It's based on you not having to go back and spend more money going to college or spend 3 or 4 years going to get a degree. I want to show you today how you, yes, you, regardless of where you are in life today, can have total financial freedom. So I appreciate you joining me today. I have done this for myself. I know if you're anything like me, maybe you're 17 years old, maybe you're 15 or 12 years old, maybe you're 25 years old, maybe you're 45 years old. Look, I've gone through every one of those, right? I had no money when I was 12, depended on my parents. 15 years old, I had even less money, but now I started thinking, hey, I should be able to get a job now. Got a job at McDonald's that I hated, got a second job that I hated, got a third job that I hated, was fired from all of them by the time I was 18. And I didn't know where I was going to go. So what did I do? I finished high school, went to college, borrowed money to go to college because my mom said it was going to make everything better. It didn't. Not to blame college, but it didn't make everything better for me. And so what I end up doing is by the time I'm 23 years old, I have less money than when I was 12 years old. My situation's getting worse, not better. So look, I've been where you've been, in debt, no job, no future, no credentials, no connections. I have been there. If I look back just a few years ago, I'm scared every day, worried. I know I have some potential. I'm like, I know I could do something big here, but I can't seem to put together any consistency. I'm lacking discipline. I'm getting pulled away by my friends and my family. I have an idea, a bunch of them, by the way. I just can't get them to make any money. In fact, the first time I started my own business was when I was 29 years old, actually 30 years old. I was 30 years old. Just finished working for this guy. I was working every day, literally almost 300 days of the year. I was traveling on the road, making this dude rich. I was exhausted. I was feeling this thing they talk about, this burnout thing. I was feeling exhausted, burnout, angry, upset with everybody, hated him, hated the customers, hated my job, hated all the time I was spending on the road. When just a year before that, I thought, oh, this is a dream job. I'm going to get to travel. I'll get to see the world. I'm going to make a little money. And I was burnt up. And so I left that job, started my own business because I had this idea of a business. I'm like, I can run a business better than this guy can. Started my own business, and I made less money at this new job. My business made less money, a third of the money, spent a third more time at the job, and trust me, I was 300% more scared. So look, I've been where you've been. I'm sure you have a lot of potential. Maybe it's just not, you're firing, you're out there shooting, you're pulling the trigger, and it's just not adding up. I want to show you how to create financial wealth wherever you are, whether you're a waitress, a plumber, a contractor, you do hard labor, you do service work, you're in sales, not in sales, you like sales or don't like sales. I'm going to show you how to create financial freedom that is indestructible. And just so you know, I have done this myself. I will never tell anybody how to do something that I haven't done myself. I can't teach you how to skate. I'm a decent shooter, but I couldn't teach you how to be a professional shooter. I'm not a boxer, so I won't teach you how to box. I'm not a singer, so I'm not going to teach you how to sing. But I went at 25 years old having nothing, $40,000 in debt. I had all the good stuff, college education. They said that was going to help me. Couldn't land a job, even though I had a college education. And I have come from being in debt and without work to today being worth more money than I could possibly ever spend in my lifetime. I have 5 companies today, all started from scratch, all started from ideas. And when I figured out how to codify, how to put A, B, and C in the right order, and literally take a business, take an idea, put it together, avoid the mistakes, cash flow, start a second business, cash flow that one, get enough cash flow coming from the first two businesses that I can actually start investing in real estate. Was my third business. Okay, when I started thinking different than my mommy and my daddy and the schools and other people, all the broke people and the skeptics. You ever notice that about skeptics? I'm sure somebody's watching right now saying, oh, the only one that's going to get rich is Cardone. Dude, I already got rich. I want to help other people. What you're doing right now is not getting you where you want. The skeptic will always be broke. You ever notice that about him? That's not going to work. That won't work. That doesn't work. No, dude, he's always broke, okay? So there's the skeptic that has given up. There's the hopeful that tries everything. I'm going to try another thing. But there's something that's missing for you as well. And I would say to you, you know, the old saying about the open mind, you have to have an open mind. Open mind is like a parachute. Look, it can get too open too. If that parachute opens too much, you're going to crash and hit the ground. So listen to what I'm going to tell you today, because regardless of where you are, I have been there. I had a drug problem when I was 25. I was broke. My mom told me not to come visit her anymore. Leave me alone. My dad died when I was 10. My older brother had died just 5 years before this, so I didn't have my older brother to mentor me. My twin brother had pretty much said, dude, leave me alone. My sisters were calling me the black sheep, okay? I have dedicated, from the age of 25 to 45, I dedicated my life to doing one thing. I'm going to get my damn money right. I'm going to get my money right. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to turn my life around. I'm going to build businesses that make money. That's what I did from the age of 25 to 45. And it was really to prove to my mom, my dad that was dead, my older brother that had died early. I'm like, I'm going to prove to these guys that I could be somebody. I'm going to prove to my sisters that I'm not the black sheep, that I'm a winner. And I'm going to prove to my twin brother that I can do great things. And even my principal in high school said, you told my mom, your son could not win dog catcher. Okay? I had friends that wouldn't hang out with me. My mom would tell my friend's mother, have your son stay away from Grant because he's trouble. That's where I was. So from 25, if you get sick and tired of that for long enough, you'll make a change. From 25 to 45, I turned my life around. And I dedicated my life to one thing. I was not dedicated to helping people between 25 and 45. I wanted to help people, but I knew I had to help myself. I needed to get my financial life in order, my business in order, my discipline in. I needed to get my integrity handled. I needed to get my understanding of business together. And while I did that, the second thing I did was I did help other people while I was doing that. But here today, at the age I'm at today, I have done that, okay? For the last 8 or 9 years now, we've built a business around one thing, helping other people. The valuable final product of my company today is not the profits we make. It is how many people can we help with my information. You'll see all this information. We have all these programs that I've created for salespeople, for organizations. I've worked for companies as big as Fortune 100 companies that make billions of dollars, and they're interested in making billions more. They'll hire me to say, hey, Grant, can you come in? Show us, look, where can we pick up another 300 or 400 million bucks this quarter and $1 billion a year? I'm working with a company right now. They're doing $5 billion a year. We're sending him a proposal right now how to take him from $5 billion to $7 billion. Those are the companies that pay my company to expand and grow, okay? We want to help. I want to help. My legacy will not be the money I made or the success I had. It will be how many people can I help that were like me when I was 25. So where I want to start with you today on financial freedom is I'm going to bring in my magic whiteboard. I want to start, if I have your full attention, I want to talk to you about how do you create real financial freedom? Oh, by the way, I just left the gym. I was working out with my wife at Cozone right here in Miami. We were doing a boxing workout. She's trying to get me in the gym working out. And I realized this morning, man, my muscles aren't there. My legs aren't there. My ankles, my feet. The dude's showing me how to jab and hook. I don't know anything. I don't know the language. I don't know the moves. I don't even know what he's saying to me. He's like, left hand, I'm using my right. He's like, no, the other left, right? So the point of that is when you're starting something new, everything you're going to feel a little awkward. So don't worry about feeling awkward today. If you find the right person to mentor you, and I'm going to take about 500 people in this program and mentor them to financial freedom. Okay. I hope you're part of this experiment. But I hear so many people say, you got to go to college to ever do any of this stuff. I know that not to be true. Most of the success I have today has nothing to do with the 5 years I spent in college or the $140,000 that I borrowed to go there. So first thing is, we're going to talk about financial freedom, okay? Financial freedom. And where do you start? Because that's a really big thing there. I want financial freedom. That's what I was saying when I was 25. I want financial freedom, okay? And then everybody's like, dude, you just need to pay the bill, son. Literally at 25 years old, my rent was $275 a month. And most months, I had to tell Mr. Whitman, that was my landlord, that I was going to be late again. So when you go from struggling with money to like, I want to talk to you about financial freedom, it's like, I just need to pay my bills. I got a $300 Camry payment or a Honda card payment or a Kia payment, right? A Ford truck payment. I need to make that payment. But you need to keep this in sight. Can I create financial freedom, and what would that look like? Now, I had a sales job when I was 25 years old that I hated. So I'm going to bring you back to this in a second. I had a sales job. I hated this sales job. Now, the one thing I did like about the sales job is the sales job had a lot of upside. The problem was I hated it. I hated sales. I'm not sure why I hated it. I got some ideas today why I hated it. Okay. But this was the goal. This was the target. And I spent a lot of time talking about what I didn't like. And I see a lot of people doing this. So if you're taking notes, this is a really important thing to do. What you hate might be your gate. It might be the gateway. This might be the indicator of what you need to do. I'll tell you, in my life, the things that I have hated the most, I found other people also hated them. I don't know why they hated them, but they did hate them. I know a lot of people that hate the idea of financial freedom. That's that skeptic I talked about earlier that's always broke. Always broke financially, broken spiritually, broken in hope, broken physically. He even looks kind of broken. You can see they look a little ashy, gray, like they gave up. Okay, just like a piece of wood would after a fire, it gave up. It's ashed out, right? So financial freedom was my target. I got in this sales job because it's the only job I could get. Hated the job, and a man told me, a guy named Ray told me, he's like, dude, you need to spend less time hating and more time making. I said, what do you mean? He's like, you hate your job, you don't have any money. He's like, this job's got a lot of upside. You can make as much money as you want to make here. It depends on how you treat people, how you handle people, how you show up every day, what kind of attitude you have, Grant, how much you know about the job you do. He's like, by the way, how much do you know about sales? I'm like, I don't really know anything about sales except that I don't like it. Okay. He's like, do you know that sales means revenue? The original word, people used to call this revenue. This is the top line. He said, this is the top line of a business, Grant. I said, Ray, man, I went to college to learn that, and I didn't learn that there. I got an accounting degree, and I didn't know that revenue was sales. I don't hate revenue. I want to be rich. He's like, good, man. Well, a sales job might be the thing that gets you rich. But look, do you really want to be rich today, or do you want financial freedom? Okay? What do you want? And do you know? Do you want to be rich? This is what people say. I want to be rich. Okay? I want to be wealthy. This is the kind of stuff you help. I want to make a lot of money. I just want enough. This is probably the thing. I don't need all that. I don't need all that. Which one of these people are you? What else do I have, Jared? What else do you think I got in here? I want to get rich. I want to be wealthy. I need a lot of money. I want to be a millionaire, whatever that means. Doesn't really mean anything. Okay. These are the things people talk about. What I wanted was, I wanted financial freedom. Okay. And when I took a look at financial freedom, what does it mean? My father worked really hard. My father actually, we didn't know this, but my father, right before he died, actually was probably rich. But nobody knew it because all the money was in the house. This was the old ideas about wealth. Buy a house. You'll save money if you live there long enough. Put your money in a Keo. Put your money in life insurance. My dad died. When my dad died, he gave the life insurance company a week later, gave my mother a big check. Boom. We had some dough. Okay. Check. Miss Cardone, here's your money. She never even told us how much it was. She didn't want anybody to know how much it was. I still don't know today, 40, 50 years later. Okay. She took the money. We weren't rich anymore. Why? This is what you need to understand. My dad died. He was on his way to getting rich. He died. Mama gets a life insurance check. We went into poverty mode immediately. We went immediately into poverty, into scarcity, into protection, into conservation. There was none of this talk here. None of this talk was going on. Like, I want to get rich, I want to get wealthy, I want financial freedom. It went into scarcity and protection right here. Why? What happened? When you go back and look at this, what happened was the income had stopped. Income had been killed off, okay? So when I went back at 25, 26 years old and started looking at how am I going to create financial freedom? How am I going to create enough affluence? What is it I want? Is it rich, wealthy, a lot of money? I just want enough. I knew I didn't want this. It had never worked for me. I grew up with just enough, okay? My mom said all the time, hey, all you need to have is just enough. If you have just enough, everything's going to be fine. We have more than other people. I don't need all that. This is what my mom said all the time. I don't need all that. We don't need a lot of money. The day my dad died, a week later, she got a check. And a week after that, she sold the house. She needed a house to get the cash. My dad was rich. And then he died. And then we weren't rich anymore. Why? Because there was no money coming in. Now, I'm giving you a very, very important lesson right now. It's very, very basic. It's simple. You do not need to go to college for this lesson. You got to get rid of this. I just need enough. You got to get rid of this. I don't want all that. If you don't want all that, okay, it's because you've given up on all that. Just start changing it to not, I don't want all that, to change it to, I quit on all that. Okay, this thing right here, this millionaire thing, nobody even knows what it means. I wrote a book called The Millionaire Booklet. Nobody even knows what the millionaire means. Nobody has a real description. How much money is that? How long will it last you? How are you going to get it? I'm going to show you all this. But where I want to bring you today is this. I want to bring you to this, financial freedom. What does that mean? Freedom, man. I don't want money to buy stuff. I own a plane today. I own a plane. It's a $10 million plane. Cost a couple $1 million to operate the plane. I don't want the plane to show off. I want the plane to give me and my family freedom, so I can enjoy more time with my kids while they're little. So I can show my kids the world, not just another good school. Okay, I would rather my kids have the education of being with me every day. That's financial freedom. The ability to be able to move wherever I want, when I want. Financial freedom. That me and my wife can go where we want, when we want, and stay as long as we want. That's financial freedom. That I can get rid of somebody in my office or not take a client that I don't want. That is financial freedom, right? That is rich. That is wealthy. And that's when you got a lot of money. Hard to talk about a lot of money when you're broke, though. Nobody wants to do that. Okay? So where are we going to start? Where are we going to start? This is where we need to start. The goal needs to be financial freedom, okay? So we're looking for the top of the food chain right here. I'm looking for the top of the food chain. The goal is financial freedom, okay? But then we need to work in increments. In this first part of this program, I want to talk to you about how to make $1,000 a day. And I'm going to tell you why the $1,000 a day is important. When I was 25, 26 years old, having a hard time, didn't have any money, having trouble making my payments, I'm like, I need to think in little numbers, okay? I had this thing. I'm a big thinker. I'm a big thinker. Oh, my God. You know, I'm going to be somebody one day. I'd been saying that for 9 years. I needed to come down to planet Earth and deal with real things. So I needed to get my big dreams, the big goals, down to something I could do. See, I see a lot of people talking about the big ideas and never getting this done. What always helps me is, can I reduce this to something I can live with and actually achieve? So I started saying, hey, how could I make $1,000 a day? At that time, I was making about 60 grand a month, 60 grand a year. I'm making 60 grand a year. By the way, everybody around me was making 60 grand a year, so I was nobody special. So Mr. Special Boy, I was the only one who had a college education, making the same amount of money as 5 other people around me that did not have a college education. I was the only one that owed the federal government money for my college education. None of them did, okay? And they were making the same amount of money I was making. I'm like, I should be able to make more money than these guys. What's wrong? They didn't have big goals. I did, okay? 2 of them were skeptics. The other 4 had given up. And I'm the only one sitting there saying, dude, I want financial freedom. I want this thing my dad didn't quite get. So I need to think in little numbers. I need to think in numbers that I can achieve. Something like a newspaper. I remember being a newspaper delivery guy. And I'd take the newspaper. I knew how many newspapers I had. I knew how many I had to get out to get paid. I started mowing lawns. Oh, I got to mow this many lawns. I get this much money. And somewhere through high school and college, I forgot about simple. Money is simple. You have it. I want it. I got to make contact with it, okay? But you're not going to keep going out and talking to people if financial freedom is not your target, because it's too hard going out and talking to people. Rejection, being turned down, okay? Long days, long nights, no rewards. It's too hard, right? So I needed to get down to something simple. So I want to bring you to this first concept of $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day is $365,000 a year. A lot of money right there, okay? You show me 365 grand right now, I'm like, let's show me how to make that money. Right now, where I'm at today, this number would interest me. By the way, this would put you in the top 1% of earners in the world. Very exclusive group of people, okay? Let me tell you this. It's an exclusive group of people, and it's easy to get into. So I'm going to give you a couple steps that you need to take to do this. This $1,000 a day would change most people's life, okay? Let me show you what happens with the 365. 365, depending on what state you live in, okay, you're going to walk away with about $140,000 at the end of the year. So this is not a lot of money, by the way. And this is not financial freedom. So anybody that thinks, oh man, dude, 365, this is impossible, okay? That's impossible. That's never going to happen, okay? Look, this isn't even a lot of money. You're going to pay about $225,000 in taxes if you live in New York, California, or Illinois. The rest of the states, you're going to probably end up with about 180. That's why I live in Florida. Okay, because all my decisions on my business is how do I create financial freedom? Every business that I own, the real estate, our consulting company, our servicing big global companies that do sales where we consult with their sales organizations. Every company we own, we're focused on our global initiative program and platforms where we're going to partner with people around the world is to create financial freedom for me and my wife and my household. I talk to my wife all the time. Talked to her this morning coming back from the boxing. Baby, financial freedom, okay? You know what that means? That means you have to know how this business works. So when I leave, this thing can keep pushing and promoting and, you know, creating and generating. She's like, we don't have enough already? Not if we want to keep giving money away after I'm dead, okay? Wouldn't you like your charity, your favorite charity, to get money from your estate every month for 50 years, 100 years, 200 years after you die? That, my friends, would be financial freedom. Okay, so we're gonna boil this down from big goals down to increments, $1,000 a day. Let's talk about this $1,000 a day and how do I get to it? You already have a job. You got a job right now. Unless you're a student, you don't have a job yet. This is what I would be looking for if I'm a student getting out of college. So the only person that doesn't have some of this already done is the student. The student's making nothing. He could be, though, because I know students that make money. I know 14-year-olds that make more money than 50-year-olds because they're learning how to use the net to play the game today. So this is your target, right? See, I didn't have a target in the beginning. Remember that sales job that I hated? I had a goal. And the goal was always given to me by the manager. Manager said, your goal is, but you know, somebody giving you goals isn't going to get you financial freedom because the guy that's giving you the goals doesn't have financial freedom. So how could he possibly give you a goal that would get you financial freedom? I'm not giving you this $1,000 target today. I'm just telling you it's a doable deal, okay? So I'm going to show you why it's so doable, okay? 24 hours in a day. You're like, I don't work 24 hours a day. Yeah, but you could. We have the technology today that could keep you up or give the world the impression that you are up 24 hours a day. What is 24 into this number? Is this $50 or something? I need to make $50 an hour. Okay, now watch how simple I make this. It's $1,200. I'm over it, okay? It's $40 an hour? $40 an hour, that's $960, okay? So check this out now, okay? $40 an hour. How many people do you know that make $40 an hour right now? The average American that makes 58 grand a year, all I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to show you this is a possible deal. See, what I need to do with every goal, big, giant, super monster goal in my life, I need to be able to shrink it down to something that I can put my hands around. And that's why you see me doing so much. I do a lot. Why? Because things are simple for me. They're never complicated. Finances are not complicated. Getting rich is not complicated. Creating wealth is not complicated. Financial freedom is not. Listen to me. If it's complicated, you're going to lose your money. If it's simple, hey, move the eraser over to the board. Anybody can do this. And by the way, you need to do things that anybody can do. Walmart did this. Starbucks did this. Amazon's doing this, right? Uber's doing this. It is always simple. 58 grand a year divided by 52 weeks. 11 what?
58,000.
Divided by 52 weeks, divided by 40 hours, divided by 40.
27.
The average American makes $27. The average American, by the way, I know y'all always hear about minimum wage, $10, $12. The average American, if they work 40 hours a week, they don't. The average American works 32.6 hours a week, not 40. That number would actually go up to about $40 an hour. The average American without a degree, by the way, half these people don't have degrees, make $27 an hour, okay? I need to get to 40 to make 365, so I need to get a little bump in my hourly, and I need to work 24 hours a day. Or the other thing you could do is say, no, I'm not going to work 24 hours a day. I'm going to work 14 or 15 hours a day or 12 hours a day or 8 hours a day, and I got to get my number up. See, I think this is easier. Just do the math. I talk about this in the Millionaire booklet. Do the simple math. You want to make $1 million? Do the math. You want to make $365,000? Do the math. By the way, both of these you're going to do anyway. You're going to do both of these anyway, no matter what, unless you die this afternoon. You're going to make $1 million in your career. You're going to make $365 in your career. You're probably going to make $10 million in your career, many of you, because you're winners. You're going to make $10 million. The problem is it took too long to get there. Time, you need to figure out how do I crunch the time up and get it done faster. That's why I like this 24-hour plan. Now, if I take and say I'm only going to get 12 hours of results, you have to double the number. Okay, what am I talking about right now? What's the goal right now? This is the goal, 365. 365 is what? Keep it simple. $1,000 a day. Is there $1,000 on this planet? Is there an extra $1,000 on this planet? Will $1,000, because I'm going to keep it simple, I'm going to keep asking myself, is this an achievable target? You're going to have to keep doing this, by the way. You need people around you saying, dude, financial freedom is real, not the naysayer, not the skeptic, not mama saying, hey, enough is enough. You don't need all that. You need people around you saying, no, this is a worthy target. Is this a worthy target to get to? I think it is, okay? Is $1,000 a day a worthy, easable, accessible, real target? Yes, it is. You're going to have to keep reminding yourself of this all the time. Can I make 50? How much was it an hour? Isn't it $50 an hour? No, it's $40 an hour. Can I make $40 an hour? Can I work 24 hours a day? Can I be paid when I'm sleeping? I do all that. Didn't go to college to learn that. Didn't talk about it in high school. Okay, never read a book on it. But I literally built businesses because I was worried about dying. I'm like, you're going to die, son. Your dad did. Your older brother died. The moment they died, they quit producing income. The moment, the second, both of them got checks for dying. I'm like, I don't want a check for dying. I want a check for living. Don't you want a check for living? Don't you want a check no matter what? Even if you didn't show up today, you got paid. Whether you slept in or didn't sleep in, whether you got up early or stayed late, that you got paid, okay? You're sick or you're not. You're going to need the money, all right? So, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to be that tough coach that's on you, with you every day, saying, no, 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 no. We're not going for a paycheck. We're going for financial freedom. Okay? We're not going for just enough. We're going for financial freedom. We're going for wealth. We're not going for rich. We're going for wealth. We're not going for a job. We're going for income forever, okay? So look, I've created a program, okay? This is the best deal on this planet for those of you, okay, that want to create financial wealth, okay? Best deal ever. It's my Jared's jacking with me right now. Jared's like, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. Because what I've done in my business is I've created businesses that cash flow, okay? You're so funny. Jared's coming in trying to get me something to eat. No, I'm fine, man, okay? This is my top money-making program that I've created for you, all right? This is my top money-making program. This is a 10X strategy to creating you with financial freedom, wealth, prosperity. You need a coach. You know you're going to fall off the program. We know everybody falls off the program, by the way, okay? Everyone falls off the program. That's why all the greats have coaches. Michael Jordan had a coach because he didn't want to fall off the program. So how do you, when you're making nothing and you're feeling hopeless and you're feeling beat up and nothing's going well and you're having to call your landlord, say, Mr. Whitman, man, I'm going to be late again, or you're having to dodge them, the landlord, because you know you're late again, or you're not taking phone calls. Jeez, he called me last night. Okay, you're not taking phone calls from people because you're like, oh no, that's AT&T. Oh no, that's Sprint. Oh no, that's the the utility company. That's a collection agency. I've had all those phone calls. Just so everybody understands, I've had those phone calls and I hated every one of them. When that happens to you, won't you lose the target of financial freedom? I'm a deadbeat. I can't make it. Nobody believes in me. I'm going to believe in you. When you give up, I won't. Because I know from personal experience, you know, they say, if you experienced it, it's real for you, right? Like, you know, if you have a miracle in your life, you believe in miracles. I went from broke, in debt, no direction, and no guidance to having more money than I can possibly spend in a lifetime. I know the financial freedom miracle is real because it happened to me. Now, it took a lot of work. Okay, this is not going to work for everybody because most people quit. Most people quit because they don't have anybody to help them. So this is my top money-making program for you. Not going to be get rich quick. This is not get rich quick. This is a simple, practical, get rich for sure. And it's going to take time because it takes math and it's simplistic, okay? So how would you do this? Let's take a waitress. Let's take any job. Maybe somebody's online right now watching and they can tell me what their job is. My goal for you is going to be, no matter what you're doing right now, how do you make $1,000 a day? $1,000 a day is $365,000 a year. I talked to this rich guy this morning. I said, rich guy, hey, would you be interested in making another $365,000 every year? Would you be interested in $1,000 a day? He says, I'm in, bro. Rich dude. Guy's making about $30 million a year right now. 30 million. This is less than 1%. He's like, show me how right now. Do I have to invest money? Nope. Okay. Do I have to work hard? Nope. number one you got to do is you got to make a decision. Now, rich dude don't need a new program. If you have a business right now paying you $30 million a year, $10 million a year, $5 million a year, or $1 million a year, you don't need a program. You don't need a new program. You don't need a new job. You don't need a new opportunity. I have people call me all the time. Grant, I got this great program. I got this great opportunity, man, can make you a lot of money. Dude, I don't need another opportunity. I'd have to look at the business I have right now, okay? If I've made a decision to make more money, second thing I need to look at is, hey, what will get me there, right? First thing is decide. Okay, second thing, do the math. The math is $40 an hour. If you don't want to work that much, it's $80 an hour. Okay? If you can't figure out how to use the internet, it's $80 an hour. What's going to be easier for you? $40 an hour? I could sell something right now for $40. I guarantee I could get somebody online right now watching to give me $40 for anything. The 10X button, the octopus pad, okay? I think these are $40. Business card, 10X business card holder, my 10X money clip, my beautiful cufflinks. Ladies, buy this for your man. Okay, those are all $40 products, right? Why do I have $40 products? Because $40 a day equals $365,000 a year. Times 10 years equals $3.6 million. Now you got my attention. Now I'm on the road to financial freedom. Okay, 58 grand a year, doing what you're doing right now, times 30 years. How much is that? $1.74 million. Okay, folks, it takes $1.2 million to put a kid from baby Jake to college Jake. It takes $1,240,000. 18 years to bring Jake up. Okay, is this right? 58 times 30. You're going to make $1.7 million, and it costs you $1.2 million to put little freeloader from the breast and out the nest. You got your thinking screwed up. You need a coach. You need somebody to support you, somebody like me, somebody buster. You need a buster kind of guy saying, no, dude, we're going for financial freedom. That's the target here. You need an uncle that can keep pushing you, not a millionaire. You don't need a millionaire next door telling you to buy a cheap truck. You need somebody saying, no, quit saving your money and let's go make some money. Your solution right here is to make money. Do the math. And you're going to find this out, okay? You have to make or collect more money. How? Oh, how? Oh, how? Oh, how do I do that, okay? Well, what you're going to ask yourself right here is this. What fits? Because I know some of you right now, as you watch this, you're thinking, dude, what's $40? I showed you $40, $40 button. I bought this button from China. We got about, how much, what do we got in the button? We own this for, we sell it for $40. We probably have 18 or 19 bucks in it. We sell it. I make 20 bucks off of it, but I made 40. I made $40. It was $40 that came in. I paid for the button already. Regardless of what I have in the button, if I sell the button today, do I not get $40? If I sell the 10X business card, people need a place to put their business cards. I sell this, boom, I got $40, right? I sell the 10X money clip. It's $40. I made $40. I sell this. Now, how do I do that, man? You guys got to go online, man. You got to go online. You got to either do a couple things, okay? Let's talk about how to. What fits? What fits with your brand? What fits? How many different things fit? I want you, if you're watching live right now, just post what fits at $40 an hour. That's all I need. I need one sale every hour. I need 24 sales to gross $365,000 a year. Look how simple this is getting. Oh, by the way, that assumes you're not making anything right now. The average person watching is making 60 grand a year right now, somewhere thereabout. So now all I have to do is make an extra 305. 305 divided by 365. How much is that? Can somebody tell me? Where's my phone? 305 divided by 365? How much?
835.
835.
Yeah. 835.
Oh, I need to make $835 a day now, not $1,000 a day. How much is that an hour? Divided by 24? Now I'm down to $34 product, okay? So do I need to net $34 to have this? This is where everybody gets confused. Do I net? Do I gross? You need to gross $34 a day, right? So if my company makes $10 million this year, I know out of every $10 million I make, I keep about 40 pennies. I give 10 pennies to charity, and I keep the other 30 pennies to reinvest in my business. I typically invest 20 of those pennies of the 30 left over into the business expansion next year, and I get 10% of that money out of the business, and I take it and reinvest it in a third business. In this case, I invest all my money in real estate. Why? Because real estate pumps another flow of income at me. Right now, we're just talking about one simple flow. You probably have a job. Okay, so I got my job. First flow is my job, whatever job that is. Waiter, waitress, plumber, contractor, roofer. Second, okay, what am I doing between 5 p.m. and 2 p.m. and throughout the day? I mean, you got to think internet. You got to think social, right? You got to think, what's our store? Shopify. You got to think about a Shopify account. You got to think about affiliates. You got to think about multi-level marketing. You have to think about this one because this involves people. And the more people you can get in front of, the more money you can have. Remember, there's no shortage of money on this planet. Financial freedom comes from people, not from products. You got to get your idea, your product, your service in front of people that have money. So what fits? You got your job. You're doing that deal. Don't leave that. Number two, what are you doing between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. or throughout the day? Are you hanging with the right people? You doing the right things? And then the third thing is going to be what product? Is it a product? Is it a service? Or is it some kind of other business? Maybe it's some kind of, maybe you're gonna become a partner with me. Maybe it's income from an investment. See, but this is what most people do. Most people look at the investment. This is the number one question I get about money. Where should I invest my money? You shouldn't. You should be doing these things first. You don't have any money to invest right now. Prematurely, people are trying to invest before they learn how to earn. Earn, keep, multiply. You should spend most of your time earning money. I do not spend most of my time on number three. I spend most of my time earning money. Today, the day after a major holiday, and what is Grant doing? Pushing out information. Less than 1/3 of my office is on call today. Here in the office, I'm one of them. I'm coming in. I couldn't wait to get here. Let's go. Let's go do something, okay? Why? Because I know people are the solution to my financial freedom. The more people I can help. Now, I'm putting this together. The reason I put the Top Money program, this is my top money making program. The reason I put this program together is I see so many people suffering with money. We took a $36,000 product that I have. I offered it for a one-time super crazy nutsoid special, and I had hundreds of people write me and say, "Can you give me a payment plan on that?" I'm like, man, people just, nobody's got any money. See, this is never reported in the media. What we hear in the media is, I did Thanksgiving recently, and we had all this food. And the people that were eating the food felt bad. I said, man, you had 2 turkeys. You had 3 sweet potatoes. You had 4 different asparagus things. You had 2 cranberries. You had 6 cakes, 3 pies, chocolates everywhere. What about all the hungry people, man? What about the starving people? These people felt rich, but these people do not have financial freedom. The moment they stop working, the moment they come out of the clock, off that clock, what's it called? The time clock, you quit getting paid. This is a problem. This is a problem. When you live in a time where there is no clock anymore, there might be a clock at your office because of employment rules. But what's keeping you from earning money between 5 p.m. and 2 p.m. and then when you go to sleep and then also throughout the day? How could you do that? Is there a product that fits? Could I sell Adidas shoes in my free time? Okay. Could I sell Grant Cardone 10X money clips? Somebody's going to buy them. We have an affiliate program, by the way. What do we pay, 10 or 20? 20%. We pay 20% on our affiliate program. Are there other people that would be affiliates? Are there other companies that would allow you to, without any cost, with any initial investment, zero investment, where you could set up a site online, just like we have done, using social media, the internet, Shopify account? Could I push people to Amazon? Does Amazon have an affiliate account? Really? How big is that? Could you be an affiliate for a $4,000 ticket and make $800? Every time somebody sells a ticket for $4,000 in my company, the affiliate gets paid $800. We paid one person $19,000 1 month last year. $19,000. He does not work at the company. He does not report here. He's never been here. I've never met the dude, and he got paid $19,000. Could you collaborate with somebody? Me and Damon John, we collaborated on a product. Okay? Could we collaborate and work together? Could you partner with somebody? Are those all options? Look, none of this is going to happen. None of this is going to happen if you don't, number one, make a decision. If you're overwhelmed right now, oh my God, where do I get started? You don't. You go back to this. I want financial freedom for myself, my family, kids. I want to be an example of financial freedom. I want to show my parents that financial freedom is real. Okay? I want to be more like a role model like Grant is than somebody struggling and once or twice a year they're like, oh, look how much we have because you had 2 turkeys and 3 sweet potatoes and 6 pies. Oh, look how much we have. There's people starving on the planet. You don't have anything. You can't do this again tomorrow. If you die right now, the clock stops. You don't beep in again and you don't get paid anymore, okay? People die and they get a death insurance check. That's not financial freedom. That's dying. And leaving a family nothing more than a check. Rather than, how about this? You leave and there's a check this month, check the next month, check third month, check 14 years later after they died, you still get a check, okay? So number one, you got to make a decision. Number two, you got to keep this decision. This is where people fall off. You got to keep this decision in check. What'd you just tell me? Okay. Okay. Give me 1 minute. We're going to change this battery. We're going to come back and pick it up. Yeah, just tell me, guys.
It's Black Friday! Oh. Oh. It's Black Friday! Oh. Oh. It's Black Friday! Oh.
Hey, welcome back to my best financial advice for you to create financial freedom for yourself and your family. Number one, you deserve to have this. You know you can do it. Other people have. Okay, and I want to show you how to do that. Click the link below. Click the link below to grab the program. This is my best money-making program I've ever created with a focus on one thing: financial freedom. How can you create financial freedom? How can you create multiple flows of income? How can you create income for yourself and your family that goes on, regardless of where you are today, that goes on long after you've died, okay? Now, I want to just give some money away real quick. I want to give $100 away to whoever can tell me the first three things that I said you had to do in order to have financial freedom. And then I'm going to let Jared pick a winner for 100. Big shout out to everybody that shared the stream, by the way. Okay, so that's all right, Jared, right here. Okay, let me find out who we got here that I can. I'm gonna give $100 to somebody. Maybe I'll give away a money clip too. And okay, first money. If this person can answer up real quick, the first person. You know, we only have. Does Facebook shut me off after 60 minutes? Okay, so let me see who's telling me what they can tell me the three. Earn, keep, multiply. No, that's not what I said. Decision, earn, multiply. Kind of, but not quite what I said. We only have. Does Facebook shut me off after 60 minutes? Benjamin has the cufflinks. Decide, do the math, take action. Okay, the winner is
No, that's not what I said.
Shane Gilbert. Shane Gilbert, call my office, get my $100, dog. If you want to use it at the store, if you want to use it against the new program, by the way, that we're dropping, if you want it against the link below, Shane Gilbert. Is it Shane Gilbert? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, grab the program and or grab the $100. Just call my office and we'll hook you up with $100. You want to use it against the 10X Growth Con tickets, you can. If you want to use it against my new money-making program, it's in the link below. Hit the link below. Take advantage of this. This is a great day to take advantage of it because it's super, super reduced. What I want to do is I'm going to get my goal, just so you know, is to take 500 people. I'm going to put 500 people in this program. I'm going to mentor you. Every Wednesday, we're going to have a program, a platform where I mastermind and mentor you to keep you focused on what it takes to do these three things. Number one is what? Decide. Okay. 2, what was the second thing? Do the math. Do math. 3, I could add something in here, okay? What fits, man? I got to take action on what fits. Okay, what do I mean by what fits? What is it? Like I went and worked out in this gym today. I'm looking around, I'm like, how much money does this guy make here? Everywhere I go, I'm like, what do they make here? I know the company's not making any money. 64% of all companies in America break even or lose money. You want to give me those what you gave me this morning, Jared? Those stats you gave me? 64% of businesses in America break even or lose money. You know why that is? Most of these people got into a business because they loved it. This dude's over in the gym sweating every day, stinky, skanky, dirty. I love boxing, man. I love gym, man. I love athletics, man. I love working out with people. That's good, bro, but you're not making any money. So what happens in this situation? How many people do that, okay? I want to read something to you. According to a study recently done by the American College of Financial Services, less than 20% of Americans can demonstrate basic financial literacy. Check this out. 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, okay? 1/3 of all Americans have zero money in savings. None, not a penny in savings, okay? 2/3 of all seniors over 50 years old don't have enough money to live out the rest of their life without income. They depend on Social Security programs, government programs to subsidize their income, depending on how long they live, to pay their bills. What happens is the quality of your life continues to get lower and lower and lower as you get older and older and older, okay? And if you think, by the way, that low income, if you think that the low income is the reason, this is what the government tells you. Oh, this is all you hear about all the time. Oh, it's because the guy's making 19 grand a year, okay? The average American makes 58 grand a year, not 19. So if you think this is about these people that are suffering, 76% live paycheck to paycheck, 20% can't demonstrate financial literacy, check this out. If you think that low income is always the blame for financial hardships, only 1 out of 5 people, 20%, only 20% of the people facing financial hardships fall below the poverty line. You want financial freedom, you have to get the right information. This is not your daddy's information. This is not your mommy's information. This is not your rich uncle's information. Your rich uncle was not actually rich. He was scared. Okay? We're not talking about, we don't get advice from millionaires or uncles that have a little money. Okay? That is scared money, and they will constantly give you information that will cause you to contract. The people that have financial information or financial freedom do not contract or conserve, they expand. This is vital and critical, and why I am putting this program together. By the way, this program is not a replacement for college. This program is not a replacement for a business course. This is the glue, Jared, this is the glue with the information they didn't give you. Okay, this is the missing stuff. I'm not attacking your dad. Nobody taught your dad how to create financial freedom. Your dad was taught how to get a job and how to save money, okay? So the fourth thing we got to do is figure out what fits here today in the 21st century. What do people want? What do people need? And then number 4, make a list. Who can you service or sell to? Uh-oh. Use the sell word. Who can you service or sell to? Who is your clientele? Selling doesn't mean you have to get on the phone and talk to them. Doesn't mean you have to go prospect them or knock on their door. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to do this. Could mean that. Doesn't mean that. Oh, by the way, if you want financial freedom bad enough, you would be willing to do that. Okay? Okay? The fourth thing you got to do, or the fifth thing you got to do now is I got to plan this out. Who's on my target? Who's on my list? Where am I going? Okay. But number 3 and 4 are very, very important. Okay. What's the product? And who's the market? Who's got my money? Now, my friend this morning that I went and worked out with, he fell in love with his business. Just because you love a business does not mean it should be your business. Maybe it should be your hobby. If it doesn't make you money, if it doesn't create financial freedom, right, you should not be doing that thing. I'm telling you right now. Now, if it pays the bills right now, I would rather be in a job I hated that paid the bills than a job I loved and caused me not to be able to pursue other things. You understand what I'm saying? I would have a job that paid my bills than something I love and tied my hands. Okay, because the job that I hate that pays the bills is serving a purpose. But what I need to do is I need to add something on. So I got to decide, okay, financial freedom is for me, the double F's, that's what I'm going for. I'm not going for millionaire, I'm not going for rich. I'm going for freaking wealthy. I'm going for financial freedom. And I got to keep making this decision over and over again. So when those whacks that you spend too much time with, family members, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, your friend, your buddy, okay, some guy that gave up, your uncle, your aunt, when they say, hey, you can't have all that, you don't need to do all that, why are you working so hard? Oh, I'm working hard for financial freedom. That's what I'm doing. I'm listening to Grant Cardone's program. I just bought his program, invested in it, and that's what I'm doing. They're going to say, that doesn't work. Remember this. The skeptic is broke in a lot of different ways. The skeptic is always broke. Those that believe you can't improve, quit improving. I have always been a person for the last 30 years interested in my self-improvement. Always. I want to self-improve. I've invested in thousands of programs, millions of dollars I've invested to make my life what it is today. I don't even remember the programs that didn't work. I know there's going to be programs that don't work. Okay, it doesn't matter. This program will work because number one, my heart's good. I want to help you get your finances right. My legacy will be helping people get their finances right. Maybe your teacher taught you how to read. Maybe somebody taught you how to count. Maybe somebody taught you Spanish. I'm going to teach you how to get your financial freedom. I can't do all that right now, right here, but I can show you the main things. Decide. Number two, do the math. Simple math. You're going to do the math one time. You might go back and do it once a month. Is this real? This is just to keep it real to you. Third thing is, okay, what fits? What fits? This is more of an action step. What fits? What product? Oh, I could sell 10X buttons. I could sell tickets. I could sell water. I could sell food. I could sell gym classes. I could sell coaching. Okay, I could do plumbing after hours. I could do a roofing job. I could add a roofing, whatever. You got to come up with what fits for you with what you do. Okay, what fits in the 21st century? What do people need right now? Like you have to consider, if you're any good at social media, you have to consider today, hey, how can I help somebody with their social media or their YouTube or writing articles or blogging? How many people do you know that say the same thing you say? I don't have enough time. Good. Why don't you do it for them? Okay. We hire people here all the time. I'm always looking for somebody to help. We're doing a big conference in Vegas in February. I'm looking for entertainment and ideas. People out there that don't have any money, that are starving, that want an opportunity to be on a stage. I'm not only putting them on a stage, I'm giving them money. But you have to know, hey, what fits for me if you're a guitarist? You know what? I can't just play clubs, man. I can't keep playing just the clubs. Maybe what I'm going to do is I'll go play Cardone's gig, write him a lyric or two. Maybe you're a rapper. Hey, what fits for you, rapper? Okay, you're freaking starving. You don't make any money until you hit G-Eazy status. Once you start making G-Eazy money, it ain't easy. He's flying every day. Every day he's in a different city. He's gone. He's basically trading time for money. And he gets trapped by the thing he loves, by the way. He loves doing what he's doing, but now he's handcuffed, doesn't have time. So the entertainer, the celebrity, has to figure out, LeBron James is going to make $36 million for playing basketball this year. He's going to make another $50 million for endorsements. He's going to make double endorsing and investing as he will playing. You understand what I'm saying? So he was thinking about financial freedom. And he figured out how to create financial freedom around what he loved. Some of you are in spaces that nobody's ever gotten rich in them. I don't even know what you're doing in it. So if you're a rapper right now, or you're a waitress, okay, you got to figure this out. You have to figure out what fits for me. Okay, maybe you're a waitress and you give great service. Everybody always says, oh my God, your attitude's so good. Everywhere you go, they say, oh my God, you're unbelievable. They come in, they want to sit at your table. You have to figure out how to monetize that now in those other 16 hours, okay? So think about the 21st century. Think about what people need today. That's how Uber was created. That's why Amazon exists. That's why Shopify is doing what it's doing. That's why electric cars are happening and solar panels. It's happening because people are solving problems, right? Solve enough people's problems and they will pay you. But who is it? You have to make a list. Who needs what I want? Again, something the college didn't teach me. Colleges taught me, hey, what are you studying for? I'm studying to be an accountant. I'm going to get a business degree. I'm going to be an engineer. If I wanted to be a plumber or an electrician, I wouldn't have gone to college. I'd have gone to some school to make me an electrician or a plumber. You study for a skill rather than study for who can I spend time with. Who can I spend my time with? What you should be studying is this right here, not what, but who. has my money, not what industry has my money, what industry is hot, what industry is where the jobs are. You should be studying, who do I want to work with? Who has money that, right? Because I don't want to work for somebody that doesn't have money. Not if you want financial freedom. If you want financial freedom, you're not going to go work for the government. They got a lot of money. But they're always going to be squeezing you for the best deal because they're already over budget, right? So you'd make a list. Who's got my money? You probably want to work for people that want to do a couple things, okay? So now we're into what fits, right? What product fits for you? This is how I started my company. This is exactly how I expanded my company to what it is today. I'm like, hey, what fits for my product line? What fits for me? Oh, I want to help people. Okay, what do you help people do? So you then start writing down, hey, what do you help people do, Grant? I can't do this for you, but I can work with you. I could spend the next year or so working with you, meeting every Wednesday in a virtual mastermind. And you could ask the question, say, Grant, I'm a masseuse. What works for me? Well, right now you're using, you got your masseuse, right? How do you go from 1 table to 2 tables to 3 tables to 4 tables, right? Are you going to use Soothe? Are you going to be part of the app where they order you and boom, you just show up? I would. Why? Because I'm looking for financial freedom. I'm looking to go from that. You remember that simple thing? Oh, I forgot about it. In the beginning, $1,000 a day. Once you get to $1,000 a day, what do you think you're going to be thinking about? Grant, what do I do now? Dude, you think about $1,000 a day again. We go from 365 to 700, right? You get to 700 a year. What are you going to think about? Hey, why don't we just double up now? Just skip the first 365 and go to 700 and make $1.4 million. Make more money in 1 year than you were going to make in your entire lifetime. That's financial freedom, okay? That's financial freedom, okay? So I'm going to ask myself, okay, what does Grant do to help people? Oh, we have this corporate program. We sell it for $40,000 a year. We did this for years, okay? I've sold tens of thousands to those programs. We've made hundreds of millions of dollars helping companies do one thing. Take a financial statement, and the only thing we focus on is that one line right there, the top line. Our job is to raise that. We either did it by training them, consulting them, going in and visiting them, looking for little breaks. How do we raise your top line? We were paid by companies like Toyota, General Motors, Ashley. I mean, you name it. I've probably worked for them, okay? And our goal was to move the top line in the customer experience. You've heard me talk about the demise of Sears and Macy's and retail. I've been on CNBC, Fox, Wall Street Journal, talking about entrepreneur.com, talking about the demise of retail, the customer experience, because that's what I was known for. The problem is I cap out at some point. These people only took my phone calls between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Okay? So I either have to go all the way around the world and do everybody. Now I'm traveling all over, leaving my kids, or I need to figure out for myself, not just for you, dude, who else does my product line fit? Oh, wow, man. Entrepreneurs. We ignored, I can't believe how dumb I was for so many years. We ignored for the first 20 years of my business, I ignored 28 million American entrepreneurs. Businesses, small businesses, okay? So really, I got a bigger list here than this, okay? I got small businesses as I sit here and talk about this. How can I help them? This is going to create the products when you write the list. Who? Remember, we're at who now? We're at who can I help, right? Okay, I can help corporate. I'm doing that already, okay? I could do more corporate. I could help entrepreneurs. Oh, small businesses. We could do small businesses. Hey, what about startups? Okay. Oh, wow, man. How big could we get here? Hey, who else could we help? Dude, we could help employees. What about the employee? The company doesn't want the program, but the individual wants the program. What about artists? Do we have a program for artists, okay? How about this? For masseuses. I mean, we just started going over the list. Huh? The millennials just getting started. Somebody just getting out of college. What if we could go in? What about vets? Can we help the vets that are in transition? And we started building out programs for every one of these. Sales, marketing, promotion, social media, follow-up, closing, negotiating, how to get a job, where to start, doing your startup, cash flow, financial literacy, the Playbook to Millions program, the Millionaire Booklet, Be Obsessed or Be Average, If You're Not First, You're Last. 7 best-selling books, 13 business programs, and we were still missing huge parts of the market. When we surveyed this part of the market, we said, hey, what do you need? Over and over and over again, what we heard was this. What would change your life? What would change your life? Over and over, guess what we heard? I need money, man. Okay, I need money. I need to make more money. How often? Every day. I need a little more money. I have a cash flow problem. We don't have enough free cash. If I stop working, over and over, this is what we heard. I don't have enough money to run my business, to run my household. Remember, 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 64% of businesses break even or lose money. They can't all be stupid. These can't just be stupid, dumb people. So what's wrong? Okay? Why don't people have financial literacy? I'm going to tell you why I think it is. Why do people not have financial freedom? Number one, you have everything that you want in your life. They tell you to get a job, you went and got a job. That should have been this. You should have made a decision for financial freedom, not made a decision to get a job. This is not what you're going to work for. This is not why you go to college. What you're going to college for is this, okay? So you got to, number one, make a decision for financial freedom. Number two, you got to keep that decision in place. Easy to make a decision, hard to keep one. Okay? Number three, you're going to have to surround yourself with other like-minded people. And that's one of the most valuable things that we do at my company. First thing people said they needed was this. I need another $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day changed my life. Second thing people said was this. I need support to keep me going. I fall off the program. Surround yourself with like-minded support. This is why I'm committed this year to coaching you to financial freedom, okay? I want to take 500 people and make them multimillionaires. And I believe I can do it, okay? All I got to do is do what I shared with you right here today, okay? The link's below if you want to get involved with me. I want to make you part of a proof. I'm going to do a study, a white paper on you to prove that I can take people from all different parts and walks of life and get you in a situation to have the money you need to get the financial freedom you deserve. You weren't taught this in schools. You were actually taught how not to get it. Okay? They just can't get there. The teacher can't get there. How can a teacher that's being paid $60 grand a year teach you financial freedom? She's not there to teach you that. She's there to teach you science. How can the biology teacher teach you how to make $1 million? How can the culture and arts teacher teach you how to make money? Right? You go to China or you go to Tokyo, they're talking about money in their classes. They're talking about financial freedom because they know on this planet, money is necessary, okay? Now the question is, how much money will you be taught about, okay? Number one, if you've made the decision to have the financial decision to have financial freedom, understand that a decision does not come as an idea. A decision requires you to take action. It requires you to do something. All decisions require you to take action. Any decision made in your head where you don't either take the time to go do something or spend money, okay, to support it, is a decision that will not become anything because it wasn't a decision. Decisions require time and money as part of the support. So we created this program for you. If you've made a decision today to not just get by, to not just have enough, to not just be satisfied, to not just have a little more than the people next door or somebody starving down the street. If you've made a decision and you believe that financial freedom is real and worthy, and that maybe you have some misinformation, if you've ever wondered, dude, why don't I have this? If you've ever asked the big question, Why am I struggling with money every freaking month? If you've ever asked that question, I asked that question to myself from the time I was 9 years old till 29 years old. Why am I always, no matter how much money I had, why am I always worried about money? Because you should be. You should be worried about money every day. You have to use it every day. It's like oxygen. You should be worried about running out of oxygen. You should be worried about your body breaking down. You should be worried about getting run over in traffic if you're going back and forth across traffic. It's obvious. You know, hey, I got something to be scared about here. The price of things are going up. Your income is staying flat. You have to learn this game now. Your mommy didn't teach you. Your daddy didn't teach you. You were struggling because of your parents. I'm not blaming them. It was a different time, okay? Teachers, 17 years I spent in school and nobody talked about money. Nobody. The word financial freedom was never mentioned in 17 years. But I went to workshops. I went to, what was it called, where you learn how to play with wood?
Oh, workshop.
Huh? Wood shop. I went to the typing class. I was forced to go to that. I had to go to English literacy. I went to math, algebra, trigonometry. Never, not one time did anybody say, let's talk about financial freedom. Did you have that in your class? How many of you had that in your class? Did anybody here watching right now, we have thousands of people watching this, anybody talk about financial freedom? I heard a lot about this. I had the banks influencing me. I had Wall Street influencing me with their big paychecks. Okay? You think you haven't been influenced by these people? Save your money. Start saving early, okay? How about Wall Street? Hey, diversify your investments. Invest in mutual funds. Put your money in a KEO. Put your money in a 401k. This is how you actually got rid of money. Buy a house. How about this one? Buy a house, okay? It came out this week. I've been saying this for 6 or 7 years now. A house is not an investment. This week at CNBC, they came out and said a house, it is proven now, a house is not a way to create wealth. At best, it is a place to save money. Your mommy and daddy taught you to save money. Get a good deal. Get a good deal. Clip the coupons. Okay, don't pay too much. Don't pay extra. Shop around. Put air in your tires so you don't spend as much money on gas. It's all little thinking. I want to help you. Okay, I shared a lot of information with you today. You're like, dude, what can I sell? Okay, what can I service? You can only do 2 things: sell it or service it. What can that be? Who's your market? What do they want? This is the questions you should be asking people every day. Hey, dude, if you know somebody, what do you want? What do you need? What would you pay for? What is it that bugs you out in your life? Okay, what is it that you really, Grant, I got an app, Grant. We built this app, Grant. I want to build an app for you. Good, dude, you want to build an app for me? Build a freaking app for me. I don't want one. Why do you guys keep trying to sell me apps? Why? Because you love apps. You're a coder. You're all into coding, okay? Johnny wants to take pictures of me. Let me get some photos of you, the photographer out there. I want to do photos of you. I want to do wedding photos of you. Dude, I get married one time in my life. That's dumb, man. What are y'all doing? Because you fell in love with your deal. You have a hobby. You have a hobby and you're starving in your hobby. You need financial freedom. Who's got my money? And what do they want? I'm going to help you in this program understand both of those things. Who's got it? What do they want? Every Wednesday, I'm going to include in this program, for the first 500 people, support, a mastermind every Wednesday so that you can come in, Skype into us. You can literally we're going to give you a link. You'll have private access to this mastermind so you can start asking a certified Cardone delivery support mechanism. Hey, dude, how do I figure out who's got this money? Well, in my case, we do the same exact thing all the time. Who's got this? I want to sell a product. Who's got my money? What do they want? Okay. You said you wanted financial literacy from me. You said you want to learn how to make more money. You said, hey, Grant, I want to make $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day. Okay, good. Let's create a good product.
Solution to
every problem you have, every one of them, is more production, more money, more doing this. Get out there and do something. Quit making excuses. Come on. Hey, don't be a little bitch. You're sick of it. I'm sick. This ain't your mommy and daddy's economy. Don't listen.
I didn't make this because I liked it. I made it because you asked for it. We priced it at $40 a person. How many do I need to sell? I sell 1,000 of these a year. I make 400 grand. Oh, that's easy for you, Grant. People know you. No. I made a decision when I was 29 to quit working at a job. All I did was this, 29 years old, made a decision. Burn out, exhausted. Dude, I'm not going to do another job. I'll have another job. I'll work a job. I'll outwork everybody around me, but that's not why I'm going to work. Your major goal, your major reason for going to work every day should be this, a decision to create financial freedom. Can anybody do this? Everybody can do this, okay? So knock off this bullshit nonsense. Y'all saying, yeah, but what if everybody got rich? The world would be a better place if everybody had money. I don't know why when it comes to money, everybody can't have it. Everybody can have oxygen. Everybody can have water. Everybody can have food. We forget how many people actually don't have water and food or good, clean air. Everybody should have those things, right? Okay, give me an amen if you believe that everybody should have good water, good food, good health care. People should be able to go to the doctor, man, okay? And a house over their head. Everybody should have that. And everybody should have some money, too. See, but when it comes to money, all of a sudden everybody's like, no, everybody shouldn't have money. But everybody should have water. No, everybody should have money, too. The problem is most people don't know how to get it. Who's got it? Okay, so number one, make a decision. I made this decision when I was 29. I've been working on this decision for 30 years now. The second I made the decision, I started making more money, okay? When I reinforced the decision, how do I reinforce the decision? You got to get around the right people. You need a mastermind. You need support. You will fall off of any program, any workout program, anything you've ever done in your life. I promise you, I don't care how freaking much of a great person you are, you will fall off the program. Everybody falls off of diets. Everybody falls off of workout programs. So you need reinforcement, and that's why we're doing our support by phone. We can actually give you this, we can deliver this content to your phone, your tablet, your computer, and on Wednesdays, we give you live mastermind support. Number 3, by the way, I only do a live stream every day of the year, including the day after Christmas, and the day of Christmas, and the day after Thanksgiving, and the day of, and even when my kids are born, I'm doing something live to support you, right? So you get an example of who's supposed to do this. 1, 2, 3, do the math. Keep doing the math, okay? Because when you start making $1 million a year, I'm gonna show you how to make do the math on 10 million a year. Okay, when you get to 10 million a year, I've done this for enough people now. I know I can do it for you. I'm going to show you how to get to $100 million a year. I've done this for enough people. I don't think I can't. You think you can't. And I want to show you that you can. I want you to be part of my test group, okay? 500 people, first 500 people, grab this. We have 500 slots left or less. This, there, somewhere, okay? Wherever they put it, you click it, okay? I want to give you access to how you can create financial freedom in your life. I am more proud of this program than any program on money I've created up to this point. I want to provide you with the support. I want to provide you with the information. I want to get you to start thinking different, acting different, handling money different. I hope you found today useful. Really, really appreciate you. If you have questions, maybe about something I haven't covered, something you want more information on, if there's something you want that we're not doing, please post below. Remember what I said. Always ask this. Who and what, okay? Who's got my money? Who needs my support? Same thing, by the way. The people that give you money are people that supported you, and you supported them. What do they want? What do they need? How can you help? Thanks for watching today. I hope you grab the program, and I look forward to helping you on every Wednesday.